Hello everybody, good morning and welcome back to Mama Birds. My name is Robin if you're new, or if you are returning, welcome back. I just got back from the grocery store. I'm literally unpacking my stuff right now and I'm going to show you what we got. So this is a relatively smaller haul. I think all in total it was about $74, $75, but I'll show you everything. I did get a couple things that I wasn't expecting to get because they were on sale. If you've watched any of my videos before, you will know I don't buy anything unless it's on sale. And there's a few like stock up items that we needed to get. So I'm gonna flip the camera around, show you what we got, and yeah, then we will get going on some other projects that we have today. This is the haul from today. Excuse the counter, we live here. So I'm just gonna start from this side and work my way to the other side. Just got some feminine products there. This is a bulk thing of garlic that I buy. I get it probably like 2 or 3 times a year. This was actually on sale, which is why I picked it up. I don't actually need any more garlic right now. I still have quite a bit in my freezer, but when it's on sale, I'll grab it and then I'll just process it and put it back in the freezer. I actually really enjoy like peeling garlic, so I find it very tranquil. So often I have way too much garlic in my freezer, but that's why I grabbed that. I believe that was $5.99. This is just some easy applesauce. They're organic applesauces. They come in all kinds of different flavors. You've probably seen them somewhere, or a different variety. I think Costco has a Go-Go Squeeze variety option. But these ones are organic and they are $1 a piece and they're a little bit larger in size. And we dipped into one at the register. These are just a couple water enhancers. They were on sale as well. I don't typically buy these only because I'm not a huge fan of the ingredients in them, but I have a really difficult time drinking water. So I always try and put lemon or ginger or some sort of like flavoring in my water, but I'm just having a really hard time. So I've grabbed these and hopefully that will get me to drink at least a little bit more water, and on occasion. I definitely don't use what the recommended amount is per water or per however many mils that it calls for. I don't use the actual recipe. I literally just use a little squirt and that's it. But hopefully it'll get me to drink a little bit more water. They had corn on sale. These were 35 cents or 34 cents per ear. So I grabbed 6. This will be enough for two dinners for our family. I got some paper towel. These are definitely something that I've been trying to stop using, but it is a reality in my life at this point in time that I need paper towel in my house. And I also use it for canning quite often and packaging and packaging my fruit or berries, or just things with my kid. I just have to have it in my life right now, and that's where we are. So this is a good option. It's inexpensive. There's 6 rolls. I believe it was $7 for 6 rolls. So I'm okay with this expense in my life right now. We do use a ton of rags. I do use a lot of towels and cotton options, but again, this is just the stage of life we're in. I got 2 bunches of cilantro. This is just some all-purpose unbleached flour. It is 10 kilograms, so it's just over 20 pounds, 22 pounds of flour. And this was $9, $9.99, I think, on sale. I don't always buy the no-name brand of flour just because I find it to be a little bit dull. I think that the flour quality isn't the greatest, but it's an option and it was on sale, so I bought it. Usually I'm buying the President's Choice one, which I do like much better, but it was almost double the price. So this is one we got this time, and we'll check for the President's Choice one to go on sale, and we'll stock up on that one next time. But that's where we are with the all-purpose flour. And then I did score a case of Bernardin mason jars. These are canning jars. They're not, I don't know if they're actually mason jars. So they're Bernardin. This is a 12 pack and I paid $19.99 for it. It was on sale. Usually I believe they're $24.99, so I saved $6 or or $5 or whatever it is, and picked up a case of that. I might actually go back and get another one because we are being gifted some salmon this year, and I think that I'm not going to have enough jars for it. So I might actually go back and get another one specifically for the salmon that we're being gifted, and so that I'll be all ready to go for that. But huge score on that. I think I might actually end up doing a little bit of salsa in these jars, and then I also need to do a little bit of actual strawberry jam. So there's the haul for today. And yeah, like I said, all in total was about $74, and there she is. So I feel like I'm constantly back and forth being a mom and actually trying to film videos, and it's super hard, and I just don't know how some moms do it. Like, there's always crashing, there's always something falling off a table, or banging or beeping, or, you know, just being a toddler. And yeah, sorry. Sorry, that's where I am right now. And sometimes I watch these videos back and I go, where was that banging coming from? Or there's beeping happening. Where's the beeping coming from? And it's just my life right now. So it's the season we're in as moms of toddlers, and I am lucky enough to have a toddler that I get to take care of, and he gets to call me mom, and it's a wonderful gift. So trying to embrace it as much as possible, but it is often exhausting. So if you're a mom of a toddler, hang in there, you're doing a great job. Okay, prime example, I just got locked in the bathroom. Oh gosh, it's never ending. Okay, so we're gonna clean the car, and it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be wonderful. I am actually going to end up chopping all of this up. I'm probably not gonna do it today, but I'll put it in with the next video, I think. I'm gonna just do some like meal prep basically, or like snack prep, you know? We got a few of the fridge items put in the fridge, and now we're just putting away some of the pantry items, and I'm getting my kiddo to help me out here. I think it's super important to try and involve him as much as possible with the house stuff. So putting away groceries is a super easy one for you as a mama to try and get them engaged to doing regular everyday routine type things. So I'm just going to put these jars over under this little stand here. And I just wanted to remind you guys that if you are investing in jars, try and keep your, what is this called? Like the cardboard boxes from them. Because once you fill the jars, it's a real pain to move them around. So by keeping a couple of these, it makes it much easier to actually lift the jars full of goodies to wherever they need to go instead of doing one or two at a time. So that's my tip. Keep your boxes if you're canning any product, and then it'll make it easier for moving them around. Oh, thank you for that. Just cat food. So the last thing we'll do with the groceries before we start lifing for the next hour or so, I gotta make some lunch, and then we're gonna have a nap, and then we're gonna clean the car. But first we're gonna refill my flour bucket with the flour we just purchased. And this is a huge bag. It's, what did I say, 10 kilograms? So 2.2 pounds per kg, which makes it 22 pounds of flour. And it gets everywhere, every single time. And it's okay. I'm gonna spill it all over the counter and it'll be great. So, I'm actually gonna move to the floor so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Don't forget your chopstick. So this large bag of flour, we will put the rest of it down the stairs. and then refill that larger canister as we need to, as it turns over. Yes, I definitely clean and wipe out that canister every once in a while. Usually once I go through a new bag of flour. Today I don't have time to do it, so I'm not doing it. But yes, I do clean it every other time or so. I usually try and do that with most of my dry ingredients, but I only have one canister, so it's sometimes difficult to actually make time for that. So anyway, I just want to call that out, that yes, I do clean it. Yes, I do cycle through my chopsticks to level out my ingredients, and I also cycle through the actual scoops themselves. So they do all get cleaned, but definitely not every time. I don't have time for that. And it's just flour in those buckets, so I'm happy with it. We are going to get started on some of the food prep that I am doing in this video. This is just for some fridge prep, as well as for the lake, and then for snacks and stuff like that throughout the next couple days. This is a mandolin, and if you don't have one, that's okay. You can definitely just use a knife, but this is super convenient, and it's really great for chopping things or shredding things. But that blade is very sharp, so it does come with a guard. Please use it. I'm not using it because I'm not sure where it is, to be fair. So you saw pretty much in real time how quickly it was for me to just chop up those cucumbers, and now they're perfectly sliced and good for snacks. Then I'm going to change the guard on this mandolin to the shredding one. Typically use this for cheese. It's not the best tool. It's not very sharp, so I do have a tough time grating this cucumber, but it works in a pinch, and I've already dirtied it, so I just chose to use this. So I'm just grating up some cucumber. We are going to make some tzatziki sauce. This is like one of my favorite recipes. So what we're doing is shredding half an English cucumber into a sieve or strainer and putting that on top of a bowl. And what it's going to do is going to release all of the moisture from the cucumber into the bowl. I'll show you the amount that it actually pulls from it. That liquid will make your tzatziki runny, and that is a super good trick that I've learned after multiple times making this. So we've shredded it. I'm just going to press it down a bit and set it aside while we prepare the rest of the recipe. This is the yogurt that I'm using. I do really like it. It is sour, very sour, and it's perfect for tzatziki. I'm not a huge fan of it just to eat as plain yogurt, but for this application, it's great. So I'm going to use half a container of this yogurt. It's plain. It's packaged in Canada, so I'm not sure if anybody outside of Canada will be able to get it, but it's great. I'm adding some of that minced garlic that I showed you. I just keep this in my fridge. I mince a bunch of it at a time, and then I just dump it in. I'm probably putting in maybe 1.5 tablespoons of garlic, but do as much or as little as you like. Don't overpower it, but you do you. So we're going to do some pepper and some salt, and then some lemon juice as well. You could use lime juice in this. I have done that before. It's really great. And if you don't have fresh citrus, you can always just put a splash of vinegar, and that works as well. Obviously, citrus juice is going to be the premium choice, but we had it on this day, so that's what we are using. And then we're just going to mix this up and set it aside until the cucumber has lost most of that liquid, and then we will bring the tzatziki sauce together after that's finished. In the meantime, we are going to cut up some fruit. I pulled up this cantaloupe. I got this on discount, and there's a reason for it, because this cantaloupe was so ripe. It was almost mushy, but it did smell good, and it did taste pretty good, but I decided that it probably wasn't the best to eat over the next couple of days. So I ended up just cutting in half, taking all the seeds, slicing off all of the rind around the outside, and then just cutting it into chunks, and I'm going to put it into a Ziploc bag. And what we will do is use this for smoothies or popsicles or some sort of frozen treat rather than fresh treat, just because it is so ripe. It was literally almost melting when I was picking up with my hands. So we'll just eat it in smoothies or in some sort of shake of some kind, popsicles or something like that, cooled in the summertime. So this turned out to be some actual meal prep for the future, which is fantastic. I didn't expect that, but that's where we're at and what's happening. So we end up putting it in the freezer bag. Like I said, we'll probably end up using it over the next few days, and then we can look at getting a different option as a fresh eating. So here it goes into the freezer bag, and then we'll get started on the other things. So we're going to also get chopped up a kiwi fruit. I ended up just cutting this and peeling it, and we had this for lunch on this day. My kiddo and I usually try and sit and have lunch together, just as like an Appies or like a, like a lot of these charcuterie type board things are going around. My kid loves it. Having multiple options for snacks for lunch is a win for him, and he will sit and he will snack and he will enjoy his lunch with me. So it's become a win. So now we're back to the tzatziki. It has been sitting for a few minutes now. Definitely has been strained off. I did squeeze it with my hands a little bit. And now we're going to dump all of that cucumber that has released most of its juice, or at least some of it, into the bowl in the back there. We're going to put the rest of the cucumbers into the tzatziki sauce that we made. And here's a good shot of all of that liquid. So mix it up good. Take your time if your bowl is overflowing like mine was here, and chuck it in the fridge. If you leave it for a few hours, it actually gets better. So enjoy. I just wanted to share a quick little snip here. I'm going to put it in the thumbnail too, so I'm sure you have already seen it, but this is a bunch of mint. There are two different varieties. We have a chocolate mint, and this is a pineapple mint, and it's just drying here on these little wicker baskets. This was a gift. There's more over here. You can see they are getting nice and crunchy. Here are just some wildflowers that I've been drying. These were part of the bouquet that I showed you guys. And this is just some wild berries that we found. They are already getting super soft. There are some raspberries in there, some pin cherries, and some Saskatoon berries. So I think I'm just gonna cook these down and make a little pancake topping or ice cream topping tonight for dinner. But yeah, I just wanted to show you a bit of the wild harvest that I have drying on my stove. It's way too hot to use the stove, so this is a great storage location for me right now. There's lots of airflow and they're drying up nicely. So hey guys, it's actually a few days after we did all of that meal prep and shopping, and we're now back at the house. And I forgot to do an outro on that video, so yeah, it was just chaos getting the car packed and ready to go to the lake for the night. We ended up making some food and having some snacks, and that tzatziki was amazing, so definitely try that out. I don't really have a recipe. I just kind of throw what I think will taste good into that, and I just go with it, but hopefully try it. It's super simple, and make it to your liking. The yogurt is my favorite so far that I've used for the tzatziki because it's nice and sour, but yeah, thanks for joining me in that quick little grocery haul and a little bit of food prep that we did before the lake, and stay tuned for the next one. I do have to go to Costco and get a few things, and I do have to deal with a few things in my fridge, so stick around for the next video, and thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.